Educating for Character is part of Anoka-Hennepin's curriculum and is taught in all district schools. The program's 5 core values, respect, responsibility, appreciation of diversity, integrity, and compassion, are taught in the classroom throughout the school year and then reinforced and supported through a variety of activities. The goal is to help students develop strong values that they will carry into adulthood.
6th grade students in Tony Chipka's Pride class at Oakview Middle School have embraced those core values through participation in an ongoing service project that helps make new students and their families feel welcome to the district, one winter hat at a time.
Chipka and her students have been knitting winter hats for the past 2 years during their daily Pride class time. The hats, once completed, are then donated to the Anoka-Hennepin Family Welcome Center. The project began in 2007 when art teacher Tony Chipka was looking for a service project for her students to participate in. And here's what she had to say about it.
In the past, I had my students involved in random acts of kindness. It was such a worthwhile activity, and I believe it really impacted them in how they treated others. I also had my students make cards for patients receiving outpatient chemotherapy. I wanted to find a way to bring happiness to others.
The way to help others came from Chipka's connection to Delta Kappa Gamma, a women's educators organization that donates a multitude of items to Anoka-Hennepin's Family Welcome Center, such as school supplies and airbeds. Through Delta Kappa Gamma, Chipka learned of the Family Welcome Center's need for warm winter hats and decided that her Pride class students would knit hats for new students and their families coming through the Family Welcome Center.
Then I decided that knitting hats in Pride class would be another wonderful opportunity to really involve my students. It's an opportunity for them to give of themselves and think about the needs of others.
Students use a circular loom to make the hats, so the technique is easy to learn, according to Chipka. In the past 2 years, approximately 600 hats have been completed and donated. That's about 300 hats a year.
Each of the hats are different and feature a wide variety of bright colors and interesting patterns. The yarn that Chipka and her students use is all acquired from the FreeCycle network, freecycle.org, which hosts a website where users can recycle items that are no longer needed, rather than throwing them away. Chipka put out a request for yarn on the site and received hundreds of skeins from all over the Twin Cities area.
The hats are a hit at the Family Welcome Center. The center is the district's registration center for all new incoming second language learners and their families. The center also performs assessments and assists by providing necessary items to help students and families get a great start in the district.
The center works with approximately 1,200 students a year and their families. Many of these families are coming from warm areas, like Africa, and don't have the necessary cold weather clothing for Minnesota winters. The hats also serve as a nice welcome present to Anoka-Hennepin. New students and families love the hats, said Michelle Sorman, English as a second language intake specialist at the center.
Sorman initially thought she'd be able to give a hat to each new student when Chipka first contacted her. She was pleasantly surprised at the amount of hats Chipka and the students presented to her at the first donation event.
It wasn't until I came out that I even realized the project that she had going here. I think the first donation of hats that she gave us was maybe 75 to 100 hats the first time, and I was thinking, maybe she has 30 hats to give. So I was like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. Yeah, it was incredible.
The hats are also a hit with Chipka's students. We had a chance to talk with several of Chipka's Pride class students, and they all thought the project was pretty cool. They like giving back to others and have come to enjoy it.
That's right, Sarah. Some of them also said they are going to continue to knit this summer and try to recruit some of their friends to knit as well. 6th grader Matthew had this to say about the project.
My favorite part is that it's fun knitting, and it's fun giving away the hats to other kids who need them. It makes me feel happy because it's fun to help others, and it's also fun to knit, and it's just a very good time.
6th grader Hallie told us that knitting is super easy and what she likes about the service project.
It's really easy to just start knitting. You can make a hat in if you first start, probably a week if you do it every day. I like knitting hats because I feel like I'm helping others, and in my family we always choose to put people before ourselves, and I just felt that now that I'm doing that, I feel like I can help other people what we get that we take for granted so much.
Oakview parents think the project is great as well and are pleased with what it's teaching their children. Chipka said that parents are happy that the class is involved in the service project. At parent-teacher conferences, parents are able to see the hats that their child is knitting.
The project is gaining momentum with other Oakview students who are not in Chipka's Pride class. Students have volunteered their time before and after school and during study halls to knit hats because they want to be involved. Chipka's mother, 2 sisters, and her daughter were so touched by the project that they have also joined in looming hats as well.
For Chipka, there are many great aspects about the project. Students learning to give to others, working together and building teamwork, seeing photos of students and families from the Welcome Center wearing the hats, and the excitement of when a student finishes a hat in class.
And ta-da! Woo! Cheer on! All right, good job.
Perhaps I'm old-fashioned, but I sincerely believe that all students should be involved in an ongoing commitment of helping others. It is a great opportunity to make something with our own hands and to feel proud of their contribution to a need that we take for granted, simply a warm hat to wear.
On May 20th, Chipka and her Pride class invited Michelle Sorman over to accept one of the last donations of the school year. Chipka and the students counted each of the 131 hats created during the second semester and then packaged and prepared them for transport to the Family Welcome Center. For Sorman, the experience was touching and a reminder of what compassion is all about.
You know, the lesson that she's trying to give the kids about you can make a difference. You can make a difference just by putting in 20 minutes a day. You can make one hat, and that hat can go on to make a difference in somebody else's life. The lesson that she's teaching here is really something. It warms my heart, really. It warms my heart. And I'm not the direct recipient of the hats. These kids never get to see the families that get the hats. They don't get to see the smiles. I get to see all of that. I just feel complete gratitude to their class to provide that experience to me. It's really great.
Really happy to, yeah, even Mom too, yeah.
Thank you. I like this hat. Thank you.
H News. This is Courtney Markison,
And Sarah Schwartz.
signing off for the Anoka-Hennepin Podcast Network.